All right, so we're going to go ahead and relax those legs on top of the ball. You'll see a lot of similarities in this class, very similar to regular Pilates, some of the same movements, but they're going to feel completely different using the big ball. So the first thing we're going to work on is just our natural breathing. Get your body nice and relaxed. And we're laying down with our palms facing up and our shoulders relaxed. Let's take those belly breaths. So if you want to rest your hands on your belly or out to your sides, I want you to feel the belly gently lifting up on that inhale. And then on your exhale, just completely relax the shoulder blades and the neck muscles. Full cleansing breaths. Feel free to close your eyes. And just deep, full breaths. Now I should have you put your hands on your rib cage. Now this is going to be our hot breath, so we're going to take the fullest breath we can in so you feel the ribs expanding east to west. Now start exhaling with a regular breath, but finish that breath making that H sound like you're fogging up a piece of glass with your breath, and continue to squeeze out every last bit of air that you can. Keeping the legs relaxed, the neck and shoulders relaxed. Now we're going to do this for a full minute, so working at your own pace. Biggest breath in, rib cage expands. And exhaling all the air out, pushing out with the abs. So remember, with a natural breath, a third of your lung volume stays in those lungs. We're forcefully exhaling that third out. I usually feel like I have to swallow in between breaths. So if you're feeling that way, I don't know why that is, but just go ahead and swallow. Take your time in between each breath, make it the fullest one. Let's do that just one more time. Now as you return back to your natural breath, I'm going to have you bring your hands up in the air. Your hands can be either slightly apart or just right above the shoulder blades. Now taking that breath in, I want you to reach your fingertips to the ceiling like I'm pulling your fingers by little strings. Take a big breath into that upper back, enough to expand through the shoulder blades. And then when you exhale, retract the shoulder blades down, squeeze them into the mat. Inhale upward, lengthen. And exhale, retract down and squeeze into that mat. Again, inhaling upward, breathe. And retract back down, squeezing in. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. We're just going to do that 2 more times. Again, stress goes right into the shoulder blades, so when we breathe in with that deep breath, we get to stretch that little space in there that's real hard to stretch. We're just borrowing your breath for that. Good, and now hands lie to your sides, and we're going to practice our imprints. Now I want you to turn your knees out a little bit, have your heels touching, have a little space between that ball and the mat. Make sure you keep your hips on the ground. Now when we do your imprint, you're going to start with your Kegel squeeze. So tighten the pelvic floor, start drawing the navel to the base of the spine, feel your pelvis tilt. When you feel those vertebrae digging into that mat, take a deep breath in as you hold that. And then just slowly release. Remember not to use your glutes. Again, draw in from the pelvic floor. Feel the vertebrae pressing. Relax the shoulders. Breathe and hold. And then just slowly release. Again, imprint, tighten and hold. And then slowly release. Let's do 2 more like this. Imprint and hold, tighten and breathe. This is one of the safest lower abdominal exercises you can do. It's all those deep muscles in that pelvic floor. And sometimes if you dig hard enough, you'll feel your legs almost wanting to come up off that ball. Okay, now we're going to make this a little bit different. This time I'm going to have you slowly peel your bottom off the ground with that pelvic tilt, engaging the glutes, and now pulling those hips up off that mat. And now you're going to bring it down really, really slow until your bottom hip hits the ground. So it's like a bent leg bridge, but we're really thinking about that pelvic tilt, like you're peeling your hips off the mat as high as you can. Now engage those glutes at the top and bring it down. So it's like doing that imprint, but adding the hip lift. Make sure you don't straighten your legs. It's really hard to not want to straighten your legs on this. So just keep tilting your pelvis, squeeze those glutes tight, and bring it down slow. Squeeze and lift all the way up as high as you can, and bring it down. Squeeze and lift. You're definitely going to feel some leg muscles working on this one. Is everybody feeling those?
Yeah.
And again, with any kind of new exercise that we're doing, if anything starts hurting, feel free to speak up and let me know. Okay, now you're going to like this next one better because that's going to stretch that out. Bring your knees together. And I'm going to have you take your right leg and bring it up in the air. Now here's your stretch. Now take that leg and bring it out to the side. Now pull it back to center and lower it back to your ball. Now, rule number one, the closer the ball is to you while we're doing this series, the easier it's going to be. So if doing that leg lift felt really easy to you, just take the ball, push it out a little bit. So we're going to go straight leg lift, just like when we do the drawbridges. But now let's let that leg fall out to the side. Pull your leg back to center with that inner thigh. Lower that leg back down. We're doing 1 minute on each side. Open. Now you'll notice when that leg falls to the side, your core has to stabilize that movement. Otherwise you tip over, right? So we're going to keep those shoulders relaxed. We're going to keep your core tight. We're going to let it react to that leg falling to that one side. We're going to bring it down. It's kind of like single leg circles, but without circling. We're just going out and up and down. And up and open, close, and down. Stretch, open, pull center, and down. Let's go for 10 more seconds. Open and in. Let's do one more. All right, let's rest that leg down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Straighten out the other leg, lift it all the way up. Same thing, open it to the side. Now you'll notice too, the closer your hands are to the hips, the more your core works. If you have your arms extended out, I call those the training wheels. Because if you put your training wheels out, your arms are going to help you stabilize that movement a little bit. So if it's just a little bit too hard, you can always move those arms out to the side just a little bit if you want to. Open and close. And down, up and open, pull in and down. Those abs tight, even breath. Our last one, and bring it on down. Go and roll your ball all the way in. Now it's time for my favorite move. This is my favorite way to do a back sway. You're going to take the ball and squeeze it as close to your body as you can. And again, if your hands are out to the side, it's going to be a little easier. If you want to focus more on stretching, you're going to put your hands out to the side. If you want to focus more on strengthening your core, keep your hands close. Now with your knees side by side, take the legs and roll them to your right until you feel a gentle stretch in your hip, and now you're going to pull those legs back to center. The great thing about using the ball for this movement is that it makes your legs kind of weigh nothing, so you get a lot better stretch. You don't have to work on stabilizing and keeping everything in place and keeping the knees above the hips. They're just going to stay right there for you. So you can really get into a deeper stretch than when we do a regular back sway without the ball. I honestly do these every single morning. I go downstairs, grab the ball. They really help open up my hips, but they're really good for strengthening those muscles that rotate through your lower back. So really good for preventing back injuries, which most back injuries are caused by twisting and lifting and pulling with the lower back. So this is a good preventative one. And it feels good. Remember how nice I'm being right now, by the way. 'Cause it's about to change. I'm winning you over. Is it working?
Well, that's what he said that.
We're feeling the love.
She's almost to a fault.
You could just do these for the next 40 minutes, what do you think? Does that work for you? All right, now we're going to go into the Pilates exercise called the 100. Now, traditionally, you do the 100 right here with those legs out, and that's kind of hard to do, right? But not with that ball there, right? So we're going to reach up like you're trying to touch the ball with your fingertips. Tighten your glutes. Are you ready to move those arms? We're going to move those arms up and down. Now we're going to breathe in and a big exhale. So arms are just pumping up and down. If even having the legs out with that ball are too hard, you're going to move the legs in like this and bend the knees and focus on getting those shoulder blades high, high off the mat. Now some people will ask me, well, what if my neck starts to hurt? Can I put one hand behind my head? Yeah, you can. And you just periodically switch it off. Or what you can do is just come down and rest for a second, pop back up and continue. We're just doing this for a full minute, but I found that within that full minute, you do pretty close to 100. You're supposed to be breathing in for 5 of these taps, exhaling for 5 of these taps. And that's where that gets you to the 100. Breathing in deep, breathing out deep. Now we're going to stop that movement, rest your head down, and take a deep breath in and out and relax. Now we're going to take that ball, we're going to move it out away from you a little bit. And we're going to add something to your half roll-up. Now the half roll-up is the one where we take those arms comfortably overhead. If you have shoulder issues, you're going to turn your palms facing each other. If not, they can face the ceiling. Let's see how far overhead you can reach. Now with your legs extended, I want you to tuck your hips under, keeping your hips down, and you're going to roll the ball in, and you're going to reach towards that ball. You're going to extend back out. You're going to bring it all the way back down to the mat. Here we go. Exhale, roll in. Inhale, extend out. You can add in that Pilates stance by keeping the heels connected and turning the big toes away. So your feet are making the letter V as you push away. And that's going to just incorporate a little bit of those inner thighs. And same thing, if you need a little bit of extra back neck support, you're just going to hold with one hand and make sure you're just cradling your head. You're not pulling on the neck. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. And continue these for our full minute, drawing in high as you can lift up and back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. You'll be noticing that we're going to be doing a lot of abdominal work today. Does that make you happy? How about that deep breath as we're coming up? This is going to be our last one right here. Excellent. And we're just going to relax for just a moment. Walk your ball in. All right. Here comes some more fun. Now, this next exercise, part of it I made up and part of it I didn't. You're going to figure out really quick which part I made up. You're going to take the ball between your feet. This is the part I did not make up. Now, you're going to make sure you can hold that. So those little bones right inside of your ankle, that's called your malleolus. That is right in the center, kind of like that's a globe, and that's your globe holder. We're going to take those hands and just put them right behind your knees and practice bending to 90 degrees, extending back up straight. You're going to keep your abs tight, especially as your legs bend. You'll feel like your back wants to arch. So you can just use your hands right here behind. Now that's our first level up. The next thing I'm going to do is when my legs come up, I'm going to reach up for that ball. Hi, Mariah. And bend, and lift and reach. Bend down. Now you have to make sure you're keeping the knees right above those hips as you come up for that reach. All the way down, lift up, reach. So you're squeezing gently with those inner thighs. That's going to incorporate more lower abdominals and more of your pelvic floor by doing that. Now it's about to get fun. Oh. I'm gonna have you grab that ball with your hands. Now, just for a moment, I'm gonna have you just take your legs to a comfy straddle and stretch, and then lift. Ready? Just open them and close them a couple times. This is just to stretch them out before we do the next thing. Now, the next part, we're gonna take that ball back between your feet, and you're gonna hold on to that ball with your legs. And when you do your sit-up, you're gonna come up and you're gonna punch that ball 4 times. Then you're gonna come back down. So I know you don't know what I'm talking about, so you're gonna watch me first. I'm gonna hold the ball between my knees now. So I'm holding on like this ball is my letter. All right, we're holding on for life. Hands come up, we come up, and I'm gonna take that ball. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna come back down. Up and punch the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. This is the part I made up. It's so fun. Ready? Let's go, Chrissy. Up. Punch that ball. 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice because you have to punch that ball, you have to hold on to it really tight. I'm here just in case you decide to launch your ball at me. Ready? Let's go, Stace. Hold it. Up. Now punch that ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest down. Up, punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Good job, Mariah. Up and hold. Punch. 2, 3, 4. Good. Duke it out, Christina. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. Good. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Isn't that fun? It is. Up and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. Keep going. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and rest. Excellent. Everybody come up to a sitting position. And we're going to do a little soft stretch, and then we'll do a side leg series. I know I was goofing around downstairs, and I had my ball out, and I was just like messing around with it. I was like, that's not wrong. I think I'm going to put that in here. So let's stretch out those inner thighs now. You probably need it. Now, after we do our inner thigh stretch, we're going to do our side leg series. Now, when we do the side leg series, since this is something you guys have never done with me before, if it hurts your knees or your hips to do what I'm going to show you we're going to do, you're just going to lay on your hip and just do it like you would normally do it. Okay? You don't have to do it. I'm going to tell you why I want you to do it this way and what the benefits are. But you can also be like, you know what, that doesn't work for me. If someone's had a knee replacement or hip replacement, it definitely doesn't work for them. I think all you guys have all original parts still. Yep. Okay. So far, so good, right? And then you're just continuing that soft stretch, just enjoying that. Now there's 3 movements we're going to do. One is just like we were doing last week, where we do an elbow to a knee pull. One is a side leg lift with a side arm raise, so a tricep, and the other one is those cool little circles that you love to do so much. So while you're enjoying your stretch, I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to have one weight with me, which would be really nice if I actually have a weight with me. I'm going to go grab some weights real quick. Just swear I think Ryan could have here. All right, so we're going to be getting in this position right here. Most common mistake I see with this, when I tell people to lean into the ball, I don't know if it's fear or what, but people always kind of want to pull and then they kind of reach for that ball. So make sure it is glued to your hip. So when you lean into it, you're getting support. Now from your knee to your hip, you're connected to that ball. The other thing is people want to sit up real high like this because they're just afraid of falling down. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to tip over. You can catch yourself probably with your front hand. But I want you to be relaxed. And just know this isn't going anywhere, you're laying on it. Now from this position, we'll have our weight in our hand, and we're gonna do that knee pull and extend, just like we've been doing, right? Then we're gonna have that arm down to your hip, and when you lift your leg up, you're gonna do a little tricep overhead, and you're gonna bring everything back down. So we're gonna lift, and then we're gonna take that weight and just bring it right in here, and we're just gonna do 5 circles each direction. Then we're gonna take a quick stretch, and intermission, do some more ab stuff. We'll come back to the other side. So grab one weight. They look excited. They're like, this is so cool. It's the best day ever.
I'm gonna get one of the things over there because I didn't bring my extra knee pad.
Okay. You can always fold your mat in half too, or add an extra mat. If it feels better. Whatever works for you.
I have nerve damage on the surface, so I can't.
Yeah, so and if it hurts, remember you don't have to do it this way. So we'll just see how this feels, because what's going to happen once you get to here, it's actually going to take the pressure off of your knee. So once you're here,
So you just have to make sure, put it right into your hip, okay, and then just
Right
lean.
is the worst.
Okay, just lean, and now just take that top leg out. But see how you want to push that ball away? I don't know why we do that, and then just lean over the top of it. And now your body weight's going to be on the ball, not on your knee. But this right here is fear. So just open up. So the fear is what makes you want to coil. It's a natural instinct. All right, let's grab that weight. Let the games begin. And again, if that doesn't work for you, Stace, remember you go, you know what, I tried the thing, and you should feel your hip bone just right in that side. We're just going to pull that knee in, and then take that leg and extend it back out. Pull and extend. And if you want to just try and do as many as you can do, just do as many as you can. We're going to go for a total of 10 of these. Yeah, I was going to say, there's going to be different muscles working on that. So again, don't hesitate to ditch that ball and go, you know what? It just ain't for me. I had one person this morning who had a hip replacement. She's like, I just can't. I said, then don't. You don't have to do it. There's a lot of balance on this way, and you're also working that other side as well. Good. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So you got nothing to prove to me. I'm just the entertainment. To be decided, right? All right, this is our last one right here. Now, let's take this arm and bring it all the way down. Now, when you lift your leg up, you're gonna lift your arm up. Now, keep that arm going into a tricep extension and bring that arm back down with that leg. Good, up and bend and extend and bring it back down. Lift, bend, extend, lower. Good job, guys. Up and bend, extend, lower. We're keeping that body nice and straight, keeping a good balance. You might be sweating a little bit because there's a lot of stuff working here, a lot of muscles working. It's going to put a lot of demand on that heart. Try to relax that upper body over the top of that ball. Tipper! There's the balance aspect, right? One of the extra hidden benefits. But right about now, you're feeling these pretty good. This is where it starts to sting a little bit. We're going to do one more. Good. Now let's just go and bring that hand. Here's the icing on the cake. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse those circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now, set your weight down. We're going to take the ball out in front of you, and that hip that was on top, that's on thigh. We're going to bring that hip to the side, and just drop the hip all the way to the floor, and then push that ball out in front, and relax that hip joint. Bring your head down. Use your other arm just to support your body weight. Just take a couple breaths in and out. Come up nice and slow. Now it's time for some roll downs. I'm gonna do roll downs and Russian twists. Let's go through our modified roll down first. So last week we were doing roll downs where you had a ball behind your back. Okay? So now we're gonna have this ball out in front. We're gonna hold it up in the air like this. And when you come down, you're gonna lower the ball down. You're gonna touch it to your knees. You're gonna lift that ball all the way up. We're gonna go from there all the way down to the floor. You're going to tap that ball overhead. You're going to come back up, and you're going to reach the ball towards your toes. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you're going to stick with the I love it when they laugh at me. Sure. All right, ready? Now, using the pads of your fingers to squeeze into the ball, that's going to keep your chest contracted. Just lower the ball to your knees, and then come back up and reach it up to the sky. I want a big exhale here. Exhale, bring it down, and lift up. Now, if you feel pretty comfortable with that full roll down, just go straighten the legs out, come down nice and slow and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to be watching all the way back up with a big exhale. And
If I go down, I'm not coming back.
you stay right there, girlfriend. Especially when you're laughing, it makes it that much harder. Good. I'm watching you nice and slow. Big exhale as you lower. Inhale, arms overhead. Big exhale, lift up. Good. Lower down slow. Big exhale, and notice you're not bringing your head all the way to the floor. If your head hits that mat, that's when you get dead in the water there. So right before that head hits the ground, just whip those arms. The momentum from that, using that ball, is going to help you up. So on the way down, those glutes are relaxed. Big exhales, we lift up. Inhales, we reach forward to the toes. Way to keep that going. Exhale, lower. Inhale, down. I want to hear some heavy breathing. Good. And stop right there. Now, 2 ways you can do with the Russian twist. Okay, rule number 1. So we're going to bend those legs, and you're going to start off by twisting to one side, and then you're going to come back up straight. You're going to twist, leaning slightly back. You're going to come up straight. So it's like 2.5 roll down with a twist. Come back, and we lift up. Okay? A harder way of doing these is we're going to do a sit-up into a twist, and then we're going to come back down. All right, I want you to pick which one you think is going to work best for you. Okay, so again, it's like I'm doing a roll down. I'm not letting my head hit the ground, and I'm doing a twist to the side. So as soon as I get up and that ball gets right to my knees, I do a little twist, come back to center, come back down, big sit-up, lift, touch the knees, twist. I'm watching you. We still want that heavy breathing. Up, rotate, good. And down. And you can do a twist to both sides if you want to. There's no rule that says you can't do a double twist. You twist as much as you want. Good. We're going to keep that going for 10 more seconds. Working at your own pace. Good. You can tap both sides. And then do a sit-up. Good. And stop. So, all right, now the next one is going to make you laugh probably just a little bit. So in yoga and Pilates, there's a move we call do a V-sit. So a V-sit is where we just go like this, right? We just pointed our toes. All right, so we're going to put that ball between our feet. It's like this, and you're going to hold on, cowboy style. Now squeeze with the other thighs and lift up. Reach your fingers to the ball, grab your knees, come forward, rest. If at any point your back starts going, you're just going to bring your feet down here, you're going to go forward, you're going to rest. If you do 1 or 2, do 1 or 2. We're going to go for 5 of these. Chrissy just gave me that like whatever look. My favorite. Ready? Lift up. Now hold. Now you can stay right here too. Let's see if we can reach for that ball. Keeping that chest lifted. Hold it. Bring it in. Come down. Now if your back is like, yeah, no. That's not going to happen. Right? You just do them like this. It works. Ready? Here we go. Up. And reach for that ball. Release. Release down.
At least I'm not the only one.
Ready? Up. Now this is our first time doing these. I don't expect perfection, right? I expect laughter and feedback.
You get one or the other.
And more laughter. Here we go. Up. V-sit, hold. And release. We're just going to do this one more time. Last one, I promise. Up to that V-sit, hold, reach for that ball, nice straight back, and relax. Reach it forward and stretch. Now we're going to do our other outer thigh. I hope you remember which side you did. You got a 50-50 shot. And again, if you just want to turn on the other hip, you don't want to use that ball, you don't have to. You have my permission. Put that ball away. So first thing we do is we come up straight and you glue that ball to your thigh. And as you lean into it, you just trust it. Like we got this. All right, ready? Arm up. And let's do it 10 times. Pull and lengthen. Pull. Lengthen. Now again, if you can come down a little lower, get a little bit more comfortable. Good. many as you can. Take your time. Good fight. And we're gonna stop right there. Bring that leg down. All right. Side leg lift, side arm raise to a tricep overhead. Extend down, bring that leg back down like that. Lift up, elbows pointing to the ceiling. Leg comes down. So we're holding that leg up right here. Bend and extend. Up, bend, extend. Lift up, bend, and down. This is where that song came from. I fought the ball and the ball won. Almost there, almost there. We got 3 more to go. Just do your best. I think we're just gonna keep you on your hip on those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerves don't like it.
Yeah. Hey, you tried it. That's okay. They're not for everybody. All right, now let's go and set that weight on your ball, and we'll just do 5 circles. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Circle the other way for 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop that weight. Bring it down. Good job. Let's take the ball out in front. Place your hands to the same side you're going to be leaning towards, and lean all the way forward. And stretch that hip. All right, we're going to come back up. Now, one of my favorite series that we do on the big ball is for lower back. So we're going to be working 2 areas, just like we did last week where we were rolling the ball in and out. We're just relocating our body, prone position over the top of the ball. So the rule on this one is the opposite of on the floor. So if I have the majority of my body on the ball, that's going to be the hardest. If I want it to be easier, I'm going to walk forward for the lower body section. So the further forward I come, the less my legs weigh. So the easier it is for my lower back to lift my hips up. Okay? So we're going to start like right in the middle. Okay? And the first thing I'm going to have you do is just a straight leg hip extension. Just taking one leg up, bringing it down, and then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So just one leg at a time. Okay? So we just go lift and down. Really focus on that glute. Now your lower back is working, but your glute is working with your lower back. So if I'm like, you know what, that feels pretty easy. After you do about 4 or 5, then you can make a decision. If I think it's too easy, I'm just going to back up a little bit and soften my elbows, and that's going to give me a little more resistance by lengthening the leg down. Okay? Point my toes away. Squeeze that glute. Now this is the easiest of this progression, so if at any point the lower back becomes an issue or just gets too hard, either come back and rest in what I call the oddly comfortable pose, which is just up over the top of the ball, okay? Or just come back to this one. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift both legs up. Now if you had to struggle to get both legs up, I want you to take a little step forward with your hands. Now lowering both legs down. And now fire your glutes and lifting both legs up. And now I want you to draw your heels towards each other once you get them up. And then relax the inner thighs, let the legs drop back down. Kind of like the letter V. Now we come up and now close, bring the ankles together, lower down, drop them. Okay, lift up, squeeze, bring it down, lower. We're going to keep our neck position neutral. Up, squeeze, in, and down. up, squeeze, in, and down. Lift up, contract, in, and down. Now I want you to keep your legs up, keep your heels together, and draw the heels towards your bottom, curling those hamstrings. No, extend the legs back straight, and do that again. Curl, and extend. Now your glutes are holding a contraction, keeping your legs up there, so is your lower back. Hamstrings are actively curling the legs. Soften your elbows, bring more body weight down in front if you start to feel it in your lower back. Keep those legs up. So a couple more. Good, last one. And let's go ahead and come back to that oddly comfortable pose. As soon as you bend your body with the ball, just pull it up onto your legs, turn your head sideways, and just relax. Okay, now we're going to come back forward. And this time we're going to have our feet, make sure they're wide on the mat, and then we're somewhere where they won't slide. You're going to keep your knees slightly off the floor, put your arms in front. Okay. Now take one hand and reach it out. Build your trust. Now bring that arm in. Now bring the other arm out and reach. Now come down. Now we're going to lift up, reach, and come down. Put your hands right in the center of the ball. Lift up, reach, and down. You want to make sure you're not straightening your legs. It's really hard for the rest of your body's trying to do this. And use all those powerful, so keep your knees pointing at the floor and just reach that head. You don't have to come up super high. This is primarily upper and lower back. So the muscles that live right behind that shoulder blade are lifting your thumb and your arm up and back towards the ceiling. And watch out for those legs trying to straighten. Keep them bent. Just lift up. You can even push off this arm a little bit if you need to. Lift. There'll be no doubt in your mind where you're working in your lower back. You're going to feel it. Let's do one more. And once again, just rest back. Good job. Now next time we come up and over the ball, we're just going to do some bicep curls. So if you've got 2 sets of weights, we're going to go ahead and just, I'm going to face you guys for a little while. What do you think of that? It's fun. Grab your 2 weights.
So much.
All right, so, no, I'm sorry, too. So, you can be whatever position you want here. We just want your elbows. So if you want to drag your legs back or bring them wider or bring them closer, it's just whatever's comfortable. So you don't really have a lot of pressure on the knees because most of your weight's going to be right there on the ball. We're going to let our arms come right over the top. Palms are facing up, and we're just going to curl those biceps. And bring them back down. Curl and release. We're just using this kind of like those old-fashioned weight machines you used to use, where you just have your elbows on those pads and you pull the weights up. You're going to keep your chest up and just curl those arms. And if for any reason this position is really uncomfortable for you, you're always welcome to just sit on top of that ball and just do a bicep curl that way too. Now while you're curling your arms, I'm going to show you what we're going to do next for those deltoids. We're going to go from here. Keep curling your arms while I can show you this. We're going to bring one arm to each side, and you're just going to take your arm and lift it up, and then you're going to do the other side. If you feel comfortable doing it, we're going to lift both arms up at the same time, and that's going to get right into that upper back. So when you're ready, let's go and reposition those arms out to the side. Okay, whatever position you feel. I like, for some reason, having my knees off the ground and having my chest slightly lifted when I'm doing this. The more bent your arm is, the easier this exercise is going to be. So I would start with just a good bend in your arm and lift the back of your elbow up towards the ceiling like it's being pulled up by a little string. So just lift and down. Now, if you're feeling up to it, go for both arms, lifting them both up and both down. These are deltoid flies. You're good with one or both. You can always reposition your hands, changing the position of where your palm is. That will change how it feels to you. So if I point the ends of the weights up towards the ceiling, that's going to feel different than if I have my palms facing down. So just find out what works for you. Doesn't take too long for these muscles to fatigue. These are not a super strong muscle. They're really good for posture. We're going to do one more, then we're going to set those weights down. Excellent. And take that ball now in front, hands on top, and lean back and just bring your head down. Now take one underneath the other arm and lean onto it on the mat. And then let's do the other side. Take one hand on the ball, cross another, and lean. And back to center. Come on up. Let's flip you back into your back again. So now we're going to go back to some traditional Pilates core. We're going to do single leg stretch, double leg stretch, or what's called back and forth. How are we feeling? Besides sweaty. It's a lot of work, huh? So traditionally we do our single leg stretch. We go like this, right? We hold those legs and we kick them back and forth. So what we're going to be doing here, you're going to hold with the pads of your fingers right in the middle of the ball. You're going to hold it onto one knee. Now when you go to switch sides, you're going to lift the ball up in the air, pull the other knee down, and you're going to squeeze into those fingertips and pull it down. So it's just here to here. Now if you want your head in up position, you can extend the legs. So I'm lifting, pulling down, and pull. All right, so let's get you tabletop position. My legs are shaking. I know, you feel bad for me, don't you? All right, so start by extending your right leg out. Now lift that ball up in the air and pull your right knee in, extend your left leg out as you tap the ball to your knee. Lift up, pull your left knee in, pull down. Push, pull, push, pull. Now head can be up or down.
My arms are so short.
So hold a little bit more towards the bottom of the ball.
Okay, like I don't lift up.
Yeah, so put your hands right at the bottom of the ball, just enough that you have to squeeze your fingertips in that ball. So instead of holding a globe, you're going to hold a crystal ball. Push, pull, push, pull. Right, you're going to activate those upper body muscles, pulling that ball down. Big exhales, you do that. Squeeze, squeeze. So think of your fingertips like suction cups. Just holding onto that ball and squeezing it because you're pulling that ball down towards your knee. We're doing these for a full minute. 10 seconds left. Now I want you to take both knees, bring them in, and hold on. Now, you're back and forth. Traditionally, double leg stretch is when the legs and arms come out at an equal angle, and then we pull back in. You're welcome to do that right there. That's going to be the easier of the two. I always like to teach you the easier of the two first. A back and forth. Sorry, it's okay. You're going to take your arms and legs equally overhead without letting your back arch. You're going to pull the ball back in. Hold on with your suction cup fingertips. Arms and legs equally pull away. Come back in, grab that ball, squeeze it with those inner thighs. We're not letting that back arch. Here we go, 1 full minute. Pick your poison. Now sometimes I'll see people do back and forths and they think it's a competition to see how far down to the floor you can get your legs. That's more hip flexors, I want more abs. So let's not worry about how far down you can bring your legs, especially if you've got big, long, gorgeous legs. It's gonna be harder for you to do that. Keep going, I'm gonna watch you guys. And you can do a slight bend leg too, that'll be easier on the back. Take a deep breath in as those arms come up overhead. Big inhale, exhale, pull, inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull, stretch, high. Keep it going. 10 seconds left. You got this. And we are going to rest on your next one. Bring that ball in. We got one more abdominal exercise, and here's where your dead bug comes in. So when you use your big ball, your dead bug looks a little bit bigger.
Bigger than other ones. So, legs are gonna be straight. You're gonna hold the ball like this, and when your right arm reaches over your head, your right leg comes out, your left hand is pushing into that left leg. When your left leg comes down, your right hand pushes in, left arm, left leg reach. So we're just gonna alternate the sides like this. All right, so let's get those legs up. Bent knee is fine. And here we go. Left arm and left leg, push it in with your right. Now switch that. Extend and pull. Extend and pull. I'm gonna come around on this one. I have a feeling I'm missing something good. Here we go. Remember, push it into that leg. So same arms, same legs. So Christina, Yeah.
you're doing opposite sides. So make sure your right leg goes down and your right arm reaches overhead. So there you go. And now switch. Good. That's it. Much easier, huh? Sure. Just like if you say so. That's it. You had a 50-50 shot. Personally, I really like this exercise. Good. All right, we got one exercise left. Bring your ball to the floor, legs on top. Let's do some bridges. Time for bridges. All right, so you're gonna walk your ball away a little bit. So unlike the ones where we are prone over the top, this one, the further the ball away, the harder it is. The closer, the easier. This is it. This is the last part, Stacy, and then we're done.
I may already be done.
Good. Now, the first thing, walk that ball nice and close for your first one. Just see how it feels. Now, you're gonna keep your legs straight. You're gonna lift your hips all the way up, and you're gonna bring it down, slow and control. A ball bridge is one of the single most therapeutic exercises there are, because it works core, it works stability, balance, it works pretty much everything through those glutes and those hamstrings. It opens up your hip flexors. It's good for spinal control. It's good for all kinds of stuff. So we're going to progress this bridge series, and you're welcome to always stay with this basic bridge if you're kind of tired or you had enough of my games up here. So if it feels a little too easy, just try walking the ball out just a little bit more. Now what we're going to be adding to this is a single roll-in. I'm going to have you come up, have your hips just slightly off the floor. Go and roll that ball in one time, go and roll it back out, and then just bring your bottom back to the floor. Come up and roll in, and roll out, and come down. Lift up, roll in, roll out, and there's no rules that say you can't frog your legs out to the side a little bit. You can turn your knees out at that hip when you're rolling in if you want to. Everybody feels a little different what we're going to do in these. If you love pain, try to keep your hips up off the floor and just keep rolling that ball back and forth, and you're going to feel very significant burning in the back of the thighs. All right, that's why I like to give you the little break there. And just up and in and out and down. Squeeze, pull, in and down. We're almost there. We got 5 seconds left. Give you one more good one for me. And rest. And everybody say, ah. Now, I want you to take your right foot, cross it over the top of your knee, turn that knee out, and then start pulling the ball towards you too, and grab hold of that right shin, and we're going to welcome a really nice glute stretch in here. Just relax your body, make sure your hips are staying on the floor, and if you want to turn that knee out or take your elbow and push it into that knee as you pull in, you'll get a little deeper stretch. Just hold. Some people like to thread the needle and come up and pull that knee down further. That's fine too. But just watch your hips coming off the floor. They like to try and lift all the way up. So keep them down.
Mine wouldn't lift up with a crane right now.
What's that?
I said mine wouldn't lift up with a crane right now.
Are we going to send you down the chute like in Christmas Story today? Give you a little push? Hell, we could probably build a chute before they ever get those stairs done.
I was wondering about that.
Well, they put the rails back out there. They'll probably just sit there and rust, and they'll have to just redo them again, right? They actually put them up, we would have some stairs. All right, let's go ahead and get that other foot crossed over. gonna turn you to your side. Let's bring you up to a sitting position. I want you to set your ball aside. Great job. Did it. We came, we saw, we cried, we sweat. We showed ourselves some new stuff. Now again, never be discouraged on the first day of a new series. We got 8 weeks to learn this stuff and get stronger. It's always gonna be hard at first, the first day of anything. I remember the first day of the block series, everybody was like, and then after that, we got it, right? Kind of. Sure. I know that face. I have children, I know. So which was the hardest part?
I think ball between my feet, yeah.
The ball between your feet?
So I need to get a different, smaller ball.
Okay.
I could not. I couldn't hold it.
Okay. I'll see if I can grab a couple more really little ones. I thought that one would fit for you because you have really long legs.
I just couldn't hold it.
We will get stronger. You will master that ball. You will. All right, but you can use this one next time. This one's a little bit smaller. It doesn't have sand in it either. There's one in there that's smaller, but it's got sand in it.
That one used to be
You
my
don't
ball.
want that one.
That one was my ball in when we did the circuit.
Yeah.
I always got that ball. It's a good ball.
All right, we're gonna go up and over to that other side. Stacey got the new ball. That was my $5 find in a garage sale. It was on the box.
That's cool.
Never been opened. I was like, ooh. If you ever see small balls like that at a yard sale, pick them up for me. I'll pay you back.
I think I might have one at home.
All right. Now for the other class, it's the opposite. I need the bigger balls because they sit on them, or they put their legs up on there. This class, we need the smaller ones.
I think I was just waiting for mine to burst.
No, it won't.
Yeah, I know.
So many people, they won't use the ball because they're just scared of it because it just seems so intimidating. But once you get used to it, the benefits are amazing.
I have one at home I'm gonna have to inflate and use.
Yeah, they work better with air in them. They do. If you want to bring it to class next week, write yourself a note to bring it to class because I have an electric pump that blows it up real
Yeah,
fast.
I do too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll be able to get it inflated. I just need to.
So I'll send you a haunting text. Hey Stace, did you blow up your ball yet? Slide one hand back. You would not believe how many people have told me that. I have a ball, it just has no air in it.
I have one of those AirPods too. The arrow things.
Switch.
It's in the closet too.
That's why I like garage sales. You know how many people sell their fitness equipment because they buy it and they just don't know what to do with it and they never use it.
My apartment's so tiny, I just don't have much room.
Open up the upper back.
I remember when I was pregnant, we used a ball for something and I fell off. I was like rolling around. So sad. Couldn't get back up off the floor. I came home and I was so like, that was just, it wasn't even embarrassing. It was just like,
Yeah, I don't
it
remember.
showed you where I was in life. I'm like, I'm so pregnant. I'm so get off the ground.
Come up. Oh. I want you to come up to a standing position. And we're just going to take those arms and just swing them out real quick. I remember when I was working at Mimi's Cafe and I was pregnant with my daughter Lindsay, and somebody moved their chair and I was about this pregnant, and they moved the chair and I got stuck between their chair and the bench. Like right when I was moving through with the tray, I was working out. They moved and I was stuck between the table and I was like, "Can you pull your chair back in?" They're like, "I'm sorry." All right, let's take our head to one side. And just circle it slowly through the front to the other side. And back to center. All right, you guys give yourselves a big hand. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And feel free, any feedback that you have, if there was anything you like absolutely hated, let me know. We'll scratch it.
That's good.
And remember,
Yeah, that was good.
you can always skip something too. So, all right.